Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to 6 figures and beyond. Pow! So this is a continuation of the previous video, which is a series on the 5 stages of a cleaning business, identifying where you are, how to get to each stage, and what you need to do to make sure that you go from stage 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 effortlessly. So yesterday, if you haven't, make sure that you look at the previous video that goes over stage 1, which is starting at 0 to 6 months and having a revenue of around $500 to $1,000. That's your goal. At this stage, you're still working your 9 to 5, 9 times out of 10, and you're just getting your feel and your rhythm for making sure that you really know how to clean. And it's something that you want to do, that you enjoy doing is the most important part. Now we're going to look at stage 2. And stage 2, we're around 6 months to a year in. And this is when you're looking at leaving your 9 to 5 and preparing to leave your 9 to 5. What do you need to do to make that happen? And what does that look like? What does stage 2 look like? Well, stage 2, you want to be anywhere from 1,000 to heading towards 10K. Now, heading towards means you've got all the basic requirements met. All of your insurance, your license, your bonding, all of that's taken care of. You've registered with your state. Now you want to focus on growth, 100% growing your business as one person, still only one, looking towards hiring your first person. This is the stage that first 6 months to a year, you want to look at leaving your 9 to 5 and having another person work with you. The first person you hire, you want to make sure they are dynamic because they could end up being your management. So you want to start out with yourself. Take on as much work as you can, and that could be anywhere from 2 accounts to 4. Try your best to make sure that you're working in the evenings from like 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, somewhere around in there, with maybe 4 accounts. And if at all possible, look at easing out of your full-time job and doing something that replaces it, that gives you the flexibility to not have to be in place every day, but still bringing in the combined income of what you're making from your business, which is anywhere from over 1,000K a month, leaning towards the 8, 9, 10K. That definitely can be done in a year. And this stage, stage 2, is all about starting to get the better supplies, the better equipment, software, because you're still doing it yourself. But if you set it up the right way, it's going to take a lot of the hard physical work out, and it's going to make it easier if you have a backpack vac. In the beginning, it's okay if you have an upright, but move towards a backpack vac. Now, I personally didn't think it made a difference. I was like, there's no way, but it really does. It saves a lot of time. You can go on Amazon and get backpack vacs anywhere from $200 to $300, somewhere in that range, absolutely brand new. Start focusing on your system of how you're cleaning. That should be your first thing you want to focus on, setting up a system, a checklist of how you're going to clean, where you're going to clean, what would it look like, what do you want it to look like when you leave, and start working on becoming great at customer service. If you implement the great customer service, better equipment, better supplies, and a great cleaning system, doing this on your own, implementing software, and writing down everything you're doing to develop the system so that when you hire your first person, it just continues on. So what you want to make sure you're doing is writing out a business plan so you know exactly how much money you're going to need to exit your 9 to 5 or cut back and maybe look at doing something that's only going to require you 3 days a week, but have it be your own time. Now that could look like DoorDash, Uber. There's so many things this could look like. It could look like working in a warehouse, but only doing it part-time, or working somewhere part-time. You still want to have some money coming in at the same time you're actually scaling your business. Now, what does it look like for the marketing? Absolutely have your website up. This is where you want to do paid advertising if possible. Doing organic advertising is great, and I've talked about that throughout my videos. But when you want to scale quickly, which is what we're talking about, paid advertising is going to be the best thing. Now, what are the two paid advertisings that we all know dominate? Facebook and Google. Facebook and Instagram together, and Google and YouTube together. If you're able to do some advertising on these channels, it is going to absolutely grow your business quickly. And that's what we want to focus on. Now, you've already decided who you want to specialize in target. We did that in stage 1. Now you want to really go all in on that ideal customer. Now let's follow my path and say you're looking at doing daycares or post-construction, which are both the ones I actually did. I've already started cleaning for that 6 months. And if I've done the right thing, I've marketed to the actual customer and I've asked them certain questions to know what their pain points are. And I'm going to make sure that I totally dig and go all in with the pain points and making sure I resolve them. The next thing I'm going to focus on in stage 2 is getting some great reviews. This is where you want to do testimonials. Every time you do anything, ask them to tell you how well they think that you've done in writing. Put it on your Facebook, because you definitely need to have a Facebook. Put it on your website. Get it in writing, because this is how you build even faster momentum with satisfied customers. So you're getting your advertising, you're building your system, you're getting your cleaning down. I mean, the physical cleaning part, you're understanding how not to leave streaks on the windows, how to get the floor sparkling clean, what products cut time, are more efficient, are really, really good. This is what you want to really focus on stage 2. It's all about the growth, honing in on your system. So by now, you want to have a system where you have applications online for downloading for your potential employees. This is the stage you want to start hiring. You've left your 9 to 5. You are cutting back your hours, your 9 to 5, but you're in the process in stage 2 from the 6 months to the year of leaving the 9 to 5, if at all possible, but you've left it in a smart way, or you've reduced your hours in a smart way because you've written down all the expenses you have in overhead that you have in your personal life, and you want to ease in what the business is going to be able to absorb. Now remember, 9 times out of 10 in this stage, you're working all on your own, independent. You may be fortunate to have a family member to kind of be there with you just in case anything happens, you get sick. At this stage, I would also look at finding a great subcontractor, not an employee. Because if you get a subcontractor, you can utilize them just in case something happens. You get ill, you cannot show up. Anything could occur and you're all on your own. That subcontractor is going to be great. So look into setting up a contract for a subcontractor. Make sure that you've got all that handled, and then start setting up your systems to hire your first employees. You can go on Indeed. That's a great source. I actually use Indeed and Craigslist. Both of those were phenomenal. And then I found my subcontractor the same way. I used Indeed and Craigslist to find my sub. And so when I had to take off in between that second stage of building to that 10K a month, I was able to do that without any worries. And I didn't have to have a regular payroll. Now, this time you are going to start looking at your payroll systems, doing everything you need before you hire your first employee. What does your manuals look like? Do you have a safety manual? Get all those resources together. Do your due diligence before you hire your first person in stage 2. You're still doing the work. You can ease in your subcontractor. You kind of see if you've got all your programs in place because you're utilizing them with your sub. You're giving them your manuals and everything that you're going to need to transition into that first employee. Your first employee should be someone working side by side with you. So take your time. You've got your subcontractor there to buffer just in case you get burnt out. Let's say you get that 5th or 4th account that's really large. That's what you've got your sub for. You can utilize them when you need them, and you don't have to when you do not need them. That's the best thing. Now you've got your eyes on your first employee. You've got everything, all the systems written. You've got your manuals, everything ready for your first employee, which should be starting with you by the end of that first year, which is stage 2. We are at 10K towards the end of our stage 2. We're leaning into going into stage 3. I'm going to tell you exactly what that looks like and all of the particulars. But in stage 2, it's all about our systems for marketing. As much as possible, reinvest back in the business, put those ads on. You know who your ideal customers are. You're using Google Instagram, Facebook. You're going to slowly move to search engine optimization, but that takes time. That's what you're going to look at doing in stage 3 and a little bit in stage 4, because by now you're concentrating on reviews, testimonies, systems, better equipment. All of that should be in stage 2. Focus on scaling and the growth to get to the 10K is what you need to look at, and exiting that 9 to 5. That's what I did in stage 2, and that's what I would love for you to work on doing. Now, this series number 3, stage 3, will be tomorrow. And also, I've got a surprise for you at the end. If you stay to the end of all the stages, which the last one will be on Friday, I've got a special treat for you, and I'm looking forward to you making sure you do that. Now, the other thing you can do is hit the notification. If you love these types of videos all about teaching you how to scale your business, then make sure you hit the notification so that way you get notified every time I have a video. And I normally do them every single day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I do a special treat on Sunday. That's my motivation, because I know we need that motivation to get us ready for the next week. But I'm really, really hoping these, work, hit home, give you that motivation to get out there and know that it is definitely doable. Like I said, I started in a 1-bedroom apartment in Florida, Orlando, Florida, and was able to scale my business to well over 6 figures and beyond, like well over. So if I can do it by myself, no one but me, you absolutely can, especially in today's day. Now, I know there's a lot of competition. I was talking about that today. I didn't have to worry about companies that were in Missouri in my market. Now you do. A company in Missouri can actually be in your market and dominate if you don't watch out. And one of the advantages you have is that you're local. A lot of people want to do business with local companies instead of companies that are based somewhere else that are really, really large. They like that smaller feel if you do it the right way, which when I talked about in stage 2, honing in on your customer skills, your customer service skills, honing in on your cleaning skills. You want to be an expert in cleaning, because when you hand it off to your subs and your employees, that is when normally stage 3, when we take the dive. And that's where we're going to focus on next time. How not to do that transition from the sub to the employee, from you to them, and the quality of service doesn't go down, but actually goes up, and you start getting even more customers. And that is the goal. So now you've got all your systems set. You're looking towards making that 10K a month. Still probably cleaning by yourself. You might have your first sub, working on your first employee. And if you'd like to know more on how to set your business up, how to set things up, I've got some special treats for you in the description. One, I'm all about doing it in several ways. One way is through government contracts. So if you're looking at doing government cleaning contracts, click the link. I've got a free masterclass actually on tomorrow. I'd love to see you there. Also, I'm just talking about how to scale your business doing cold calling. If you really, really thought cold calling was dead, you're in for a surprise. So if you're interested in doing any cold calls and how to scale, which is a part of the stages that I'm going to go into, then make sure you click the link on what you need to do to take your business to a whole nother level using cold callings. All you need is your voice and a phone. And last, if you're interested in just learning how to attract your customers and everything else that I go over in all of my videos, then make sure you actually come to the masterclass on just how to build your business if you're looking at doing commercial contracts. But like I said, hold tight, sit with me through this series on exactly what you need to do to get from stage 0, starting out from 0 to 6 months, 6 months to a year, all stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to give you in this video series. So stage 3 will be on tomorrow. So sit tight. I look forward to seeing you. Until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.